what's up, guys? It's Brandon at A Watch and Unwind. I'm glad you're here. So it's been a little bit since I've posted a video. I get nothing else to say other than I'm a little lazy. Life's been crazy as of late, but I'm back and I'm gonna do my best to post a little bit more content. So what I wanted to do today is a little check-in. I've got my watch box right here. I want to do a little bit state of the collection. And I was looking at my pieces and thinking to myself, why did I buy each of these watches? When you're explaining to a non-watch person the watch hobby, things can get nerdy real quick. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. They just don't get it, why you need more than one watch, the different purposes that watches fulfill, and the feeling that you get when you buy a watch. So I wanted to talk today with you guys some of the reasons why I purchased what I have, as well as show you what's in my collection. But I really want to hear from you guys as well. Why do you guys buy the watches that you do? And can you relate with me when I tell you about why I purchased some of these pieces? So we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. All right, guys, we're going to get right into it. I got my watch box right here. This is actually a pretty cool watch box. It's what I like to use. I like to keep all my watches together. My wife actually got this for me. I think it was for my birthday. It might have been Christmas, but I got a B on it for my name. Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. So I think that's a good way to keep all your watches. I know some people like the watch boxes that the watches originally come in, but I'm the type of collector that I like to see everything I got all together. Another thing you're gonna notice today on the wrist check, I got my wedding ring on, and we're gonna get to that in a little bit, but that's new since the last time I posted on the channel. And we do have an empty slot in the box. This is the order in which I've got my watches. And that's because I'm wearing that watch. That's my Hamilton, and we'll get into that when the time comes. But so let's get into this. See what we got. I'm gonna go ahead, take this off so we can talk about each piece by itself. So this is the first watch I've bought, which I'd say is in the luxury category. This is the Longines Hydro Conquest. It's a Swiss-made watch. This is the older model. I've had it for quite some time. I want to say it's been about, has to be 10 years now. And it's still in pretty good condition. A couple of scratches, but nothing crazy. The overall finish and everything still looks good. I wear this watch a lot at work. This is the older version with the aluminum insert, so it's not ceramic, more prone to scratches. This watch I bought before I knew too much about the industry. I probably could have got a better deal. I was first into like fashion watches. I wore a lot of Michael Kors, Fossil. I think I had a Burberry watch. I like the look of watches, but I didn't know too much on the enthusiast level as far as the movements, even the difference between quartz and automatic watches. But then I started, like a lot of you guys do, watching YouTube videos, and I found out a lot more about watches. I really wanted something Swiss made, something mechanical, something from a respectable brand. And I came across Longines, a brand that has, as you can see here, the hourglass. The longest running used trademark in history is this hourglass right here. So this brand has a lot of heritage behind it. It's Swiss made, it's automatic. It is considered, a luxury watch. So I just saved up for a really long time. I bought this piece, $1,000. I think the retail was $1,275. I paid $1,200 if I'm not mistaken. So basically full retail price. I could have got a better deal if I looked around, but I didn't really, care at the moment. And this was a really big deal for me to spend this much money at the time. It's still a big deal to spend $1,000, but this watch will always have a special place in my heart because it was my first, real Swiss made luxury watch. So I don't think I'll ever sell it. I still get happy when I put it on. Let's see. So I'm gonna recommend this watch to anybody who's looking for a good starter watch, or just a good watch in general. Funny story about this watch too, I just remembered. This was before I got married. I was seeing my now wife at the time, a couple years, maybe, I think it was about 4 years. She found out I got this watch and she was pretty pissed because I bought it before I bought her an engagement ring. And she got really mad at me, but she knew how much I was looking forward to getting this watch. So she actually bought me a box of donuts, sent it to my work, and it said, "I'm sorry," and frosting on the donuts. Because she was mad at me and gave me a hard time about getting this watch. And as the collection goes on, for you guys that are new to the hobby and you don't know yet, your wives and your girlfriends always gonna give you a hard time when you get your watch. So the next watch we're looking at, this is my Hamilton, and this is a long name. This is my Hamilton Khaki Automatic Titanium. This is the version with the PVD coating, see-through case back. I believe they stopped making this exact version. This was the one featured in one of the Jack Ryan or Jack Reacher movies, Tom Clancy. I bought this watch tied to a specific occasion. I had a little bit of extra money at the time. I was just almost done graduate school. So for you guys that don't know, I'm a physical therapist, a doctor of physical therapy. So we do get a white coat as with any doctoral degree. And this was right around the time of my white coat ceremony. So I wanted to celebrate that achievement in my life, me getting my white coat, me becoming a doctor. And I had a little bit of extra money. I knew I was gonna be traveling after school to a different state. I was living in Arizona. So I sold all of my guns, which is a no-no, guys. Don't sell all of your guns, because now I've had to buy back a bunch of my guns. But I sold all of my guns, and with that little bit of extra money, I thought I'm gonna get myself a watch, and I picked this up. I got this off Joma Shop for about $600. Retail on it's $1,000. If I'm looking at Chrono 24, it's actually went up about $70 or $80. And that's because they stopped making them. So you can't always go back to Chrono 24, but it gives you a good little idea. And this is just a really cool watch. I wear a lot of the time. I do wear this one to work a lot as well, because it's just really comfortable. It's on this canvas strap. Throw it on there. And it's also good for hiking. 100 meters water resistance, so not the best, but it's so light with the titanium, you forget it's on the wrist. And you're not gonna scratch it, you know, with the PVD coating. I recommend every collector get a one of the versions of a Hamilton Khaki if you can, because they're just all around great watches. You know, again, not the most exorbitantly priced watch, but I think it's pretty cool. It marks a special occasion in my life. So I don't think I'm gonna ever sell this watch. Throw it back on here. So this next watch is a little bit funny. My Seiko Alpenist, which this is the older version Alpenist. These have actually gone up in price too, I believe, because you can't really find them anymore. It's the discontinued model. The newer model has the Cyclops. And I'm super impressed with this watch. This is my only Seiko. And I can really see why people get into this brand, because the quality here on this watch compared to some of my more expensive watches is actually really close. And this is one of my favorite watches to wear on wrist, which I'm a bigger guy. I lift weights every day. I walk around about 220. I've never actually measured my wrist size, but I've always been pretty comfortable with these bigger watches. But this one on the wrist is just so comfortable. This is 38 millimeters. So the big polarizing effect of this watch is the green dial. I bought this watch shortly after I bought this, but I was planning my wedding and I was getting married in a green tie. So I wanted to tie my watch to my tie with the same color. So I picked up this, and I was supposed to get married a couple months, and I didn't even put this watch on wrist yet. I was saving it for the wedding. And then this was but for a certain C word that I'm not going to mention on my channel because they're going to take this video down. But we all know what's been going on in the world. So my wedding actually got postponed a year. So I bought this watch to get married in to match my tie. And then I ended up not getting married for a whole year. So I waited on this watch, but I wore it that whole time, which I actually prefer because now I tied a bunch of memories and things I've done to this watch. I actually did a road trip across the United States when I graduated from school, and I didn't apply to any jobs yet. So I was kind of living out of my car in the moment. I did a ton of hiking. I had this watch on my wrist, which it is, you know, an Alpenist, an adventurer's watch. Really trying to catch that light there. And it's got some decent water resistance on it. You can wear it out and about. It does have the leather strap, which has actually stayed in decent condition despite how much hiking and stuff I do with it. But I got to tie a bunch of adventures to this watch. So then when I got married, you know, I had all those memories to go with me. And I'm never going to sell this watch now. It's my least expensive watch. I think I paid around $400 for this one. But I can't sell it because I got married in this watch, and I'll actually throw in a couple pictures here, show you guys. But that's why I got that. So as promised, I'm dropping in a couple pictures of my wedding. You guys can check out the watch right here. Trying to get all the good shots in there. Got married on the beach. Kind of went for that Peaky Blinders look with the scally cap. But green tie, green hat, green watch. That's me drinking out of the magic vase, don't ask. But I think it really went good for the occasion. If you guys can tie a watch to a special occasion, I think it's well, it's kind of a way to justify it in my head, because even $400, you know, that's a lot of money for some people, a lot of money for myself. But I think it's a good way to justify, you know, why you're spending that money if you can tie it to a special occasion. All right, guys. So this next thing is not actually a watch, but I keep it in my watch box because I don't know where else to put it. This is just a bracelet that I picked up along the way somewhere. Pretty cool leather bracelet. Silver with silver. I think it's Scott K. This is a couple $100 retail. I picked it up a long time ago on sale somewhere down the line. But this thing is hard to put on with one hand. I'll be right back, guys. So I barely wear this, but it's kind of cool. I do wear it sometimes. Sometimes I double it up with a watch. I know that's a look that some people go for. It used to be a little bit more popular. You don't see it too much today. I've actually thought about doing a video on watch accessories, you know, rings, bracelets with a watch, because I know it is a trend. And I was thinking about actually kind of giving this away after that video, because it's just not something I'm into all the time, but it is really cool. The craftsmanship is nice. I just kind of like wearing the watch by itself. If that's something you guys are interested in, if you'd like to see me do a giveaway with this, if you think you'd even wear it, let me know. And you know, it's something I'm going to go ahead and consider. But let me know what you guys think. Do you wear accessories with your watch, or do you just guys keep it simple? Other non-watch stuff in here, I think I got some my wife's jewelry, because again, nowhere else to put it. So the pride of my collection, the latest watch I bought, which I think is the last video I put online, and the most expensive watch in my collection right now is my Omega Seamaster 300 meter. This watch has been out since 2018. This is the 42 millimeter Omega Seamaster, silver dial, blue bezel. I know right now it's still a very popular watch. They have a bunch of different colorways of this watch. Right now, the really hot ones, black bezel, white face. I also like the black on black on black, totally blacked out. Just really been something about this dial that I've always liked. I've always aspired to get this watch. I was considering either this or a Breitling Super Ocean Heritage in the blue, because I also really like that watch as well. But at the time, I actually was watching a lot of the James Bond movies, because I've never seen them before, and I kind of powered through them all in a row, bar, you know, the newest one that's out right now. And that kind of swayed me to getting a Mega, actually. This is an awesome watch, and this is what happens, guys. As you are aging through your watch collecting, you really are going to aspire to get your next grail piece, the biggest, most expensive, well-known, most popular, whatever watch that you can afford at that point. So this watch was a lot of money. I paid $3,900. I believe retail is $4,900, so I saved about $1,000. But that's a lot of money for me, and I think it's worth it. You know, you tell that to someone who's not in this hobby, and they think you're out of your mind. But to me, the detail, the finishing, the feeling that I get when I put this watch on, when I look at that movement, every time this watch is on my wrist, it's a feeling of happiness that only a watch collector would, you know, really get. But I tell people I got this watch at a reasonable price. I don't have the box and papers, but looking at Chrono 24, this watch is actually a little bit more popular now because of the crazy watch shortage that we have going on. So I've probably maintained all of the value in this watch. If you guys buy watches smart, you're really not going to lose a bunch of money. If you just buy watches without really looking at a deal, and you just, you know, first come first serve, you see a watch you like, you buy it without thinking, you're going to lose money. But if you guys take your time and you look around and you play it smart, if I went to sell this watch, which I know I say this with all my watches, I'm probably not going to sell it because it means a lot to me. I bought this watch as a doctor of physical therapy in the field. I'm making good money now. I was able to save up and buy this piece. I've earned it, guys. And I'm not gonna go ahead and sell this watch because it means too much to me. But let me know what you guys think, what you think of my collection as a whole, what you think about each reason I bought all of these watches, and what you guys think about your own collection, why you guys buy watches. Because if altogether, guys, it's quite a bit of watches, you know, different watches for different purposes. We didn't get too much into that, but this is a dive watch, field watch, kind of a sporty watch, a little bit more dressy, and then a professional, another diver's watch, more sporty. But, you know, you'd wear these watches in different occasions. We didn't even get into that today. But I bought these all, you know, for different reasons. It's a lot of money altogether. And it just sounds a little crazy to most people. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I'll talk to you next time.